Welcome to the Student Growth Percentile tutorial series, brought to you by the Massachusetts Department of Elementary and Secondary Education. This is the second in a series of tutorials about the Massachusetts Growth Model. In this tutorial, made specifically for parents, we will explain some of the basic concepts of the growth model and how they appear on the MCAS parent report. The growth model was developed in order to provide you a more complete picture of student performance. Since 1998, we have reported MCAS achievement results to students and parents, which tell you how students are achieving compared to Massachusetts grade level standards. The results include 4 proficiency levels: advanced, or for third graders above proficient, proficient, needs improvement, and warning in grades 3 through 8, and failing for 10th graders, as well as a score between 200 and 280. In addition to these measures of achievement, we are now reporting growth results for grades 4 through 8 and 10 in English Language Arts and Mathematics. Growth results tell you how much a student has progressed from year to year relative to her peers. Growth is described using 3 levels: higher growth, moderate growth, or lower growth, as well as a growth score between 1 and 99. Having both achievement scores and growth scores enables you to have a better sense of how a student performed overall. So how do we determine growth scores? When we refer to growth, we're referring to the change in a student's achievement over time compared to other students with similar scores in previous years. Let's look at an example to help our understanding. 2 years ago, this student scored 230 on the MCAS mathematics test. Last year, she scored 230 as well. Based on this score history, we group her with all the other students across the state who scored similarly, with 230 in both years. We will then compare her latest score to all those other students with similar scores in prior years. Now, let's say she scores 242 this year, and her peers across the state score anywhere from 218 to 248. We simply compare her 242 to the score range of her peers, which is 218 to 248. In this case, it looks as though she will have a higher growth score because her 242 is closer to the top of the range of her peers. If she had scored toward the lower end of that range, she would have had a lower growth score. If she had scored somewhere in between, she would have had a moderate growth score, around 50. We express growth in units called student growth percentiles. Percentiles are numbers between 1 and 99, with 50, the state median, right in the middle. Scores between 40 and 59 are considered moderate. Students with growth scores 60 and above are considered to have made higher growth, and students with growth scores below 40 are considered to have made lower growth. We are also able to aggregate growth scores to the school level by taking the median score of the group. This same method can be used to compute a score for the district as a whole. You'll see a similar number line in the MCAS parent report, ranging from 1 to 99, again with 50, the state median, right in the middle. We report your child's growth score, the school's growth score, and the district's growth score together in the same graphic. In this example, the child's growth score was 68, which puts her in the higher range. The school's growth score of 52 is just slightly above the state median, squarely in the moderate range. The district's growth score of 38 is in the lower range. So, you might be wondering why your child scored the way they did. If they showed higher levels of growth, is there anything that can be replicated this year? If they showed lower levels of growth, what happened, and how can it be avoided this year? Here are a few things to consider. Consider their work habits and effort during the year. Did they spend enough time studying and reading, or were they distracted by television, video games, and the internet? Did you encourage strong study habits, better effort, and get involved in their studies? And did their peer relationships influence them positively or negatively? Were they healthy throughout the year? Absences from school, emotional and behavioral issues, poor nutrition, and lack of sleep can dramatically affect how much a student is able to learn. Consider asking a teacher about instructional strategies that were used last year. If something clicked, what made that happen? If not, what didn't work and what strategies can be used this year? Any information you can gather on how your child learns in the classroom can help you help your child in school. Of course, these are just a few possible causes, as higher or lower growth scores could be due to many other reasons. To recap the basics of this tutorial, student achievement gives you important information about how students are measuring up to grade level standards. The addition of growth gives you important information about how students changed since they last took an MCAS test. Together, they offer a broader, more complete view of student performance. Parents are a child's first and most enduring teacher. Children perform to their fullest potential when their parents are involved in their education. For more information on resources for parents, visit our parent website, or for more information on the growth model, including other tutorials just like this one, visit our growth model website.